a hope ignited, the Cuban dream. The year is 1959. A young Fidel Castro, brimming with charisma, promises a new Cuba. A Cuba free from oppression. A Cuba prosperous and just. His words resonate deeply, igniting a fire of hope in the hearts of the Cuban people. They yearn for a brighter future, a chance to build a nation where their dreams can flourish. The Cuban dream is born. This dream, however, is not merely a desire for material wealth. It's a yearning for freedom, for self-determination, for a voice in their own destiny. Cubans crave the liberty to speak their minds, to choose their leaders, and to shape their own future. This desire for freedom of thought and expression becomes intertwined with the hope for economic prosperity, forming the core of the Cuban dream. Broken promises, a history of unfulfilled dreams. Decades pass. The initial euphoria of the revolution fades. The promised reforms fail to materialize. The Cuban economy stagnates, strangled by inefficiency and a stifling bureaucracy. The dream of prosperity crumbles under the weight of scarcity and hardship. Instead of freedom, Cubans find themselves living under an oppressive regime. Dissent is silenced. Basic human rights are violated. The very ideals that fueled the revolution are trampled upon. The dream of a free and democratic Cuba seems more distant than ever. Voices of disillusionment, living the Cuban reality. I remember the hope we felt, whispers an elderly woman in Havana, her voice heavy with disappointment. We believed things would be better, that our lives would improve. But the years went by, and nothing changed. Her story resonates with countless others across the island. Meanwhile, in Miami, a young Cuban exile echoes the same sentiment. My parents left everything behind, hoping to give me a better future, he shares, his voice thick with emotion. But the Cuba they dreamed of, the Cuba they fought for, no longer exists. A glimmer in the darkness. The future of hope. Is the Cuban dream dead? Or does a flicker of hope remain? Despite the hardships, despite the broken promises, the spirit of the Cuban people endures. The yearning for freedom and prosperity persists, passed down through generations like a precious heirloom. The path ahead is uncertain. But as long as the Cuban people hold on to their dreams, as long as they refuse to let go of hope, the possibility of change remains alive. The Cuban dream, though battered and bruised, may yet rise again.